Smile through pressure like it was prayer. Kept my hands clean, kept my mouth shut. Watch the ceiling learn my name and rush. Every warning came wrapped in gold. Every promise tasted old. I held the line till it cut my skin. Called it discipline, called it win. Something circling overhead, not quite dead, not alive, together, just the shape of what I said. If I stand here long enough, something feeds on what I am. I can feel it in the pressure, I can feel it in my hands. I've been useful, I've been still, I've been quiet for the kill. Built a spine out of delay, called there should. No warning signs, no burning trail, just hanging where it doesn't belong. I count the seconds, I lose the count. My shadow feels misaligned. It isn't fear, it isn't calm. It's something I don't have a word for. I don't blink, I don't reach, I don't make a sound. If I stay still, maybe it stays exactly where it is. 500 feet, close enough to see the shape, too far to feel the heat, or call it a mistake. 500 feet and nothing touches ground. If this is just my head, why won't it look away now? Edges sharp, no rivets, no face I recognize. It doesn't drift, it doesn't sway like it's ignoring gravity. The sky feels staged like painted glass, like something standing behind it. I tell myself it's distance, but distance feels intentional. No signal lost, no static yet, just silence stretched too thin. I should leave, I should move, but something says wait. 500 feet, I can trace it with my eyes. I can't explain the math, but I know the scale is wrong. 500 feet between me and the truth. If it takes one step closer, I don't know what I'll do. Say it's nothing, say it's light, say my sense of depth is off. Say it's stress, say it's late, say I've stayed too long, but it stayed and I stayed, and neither one of us blinks. Not coming down, not moving on, just holding space like it's waiting for something else to decide. 500 feet and the air feels counterfeit. I don't feel threatened, I don't feel safe. 500 feet and I finally understand. This isn't an arrival, it's an assessment. Nothing happens flicker like they're thinking. Dashboard breathing in short replies. The road goes quiet underneath me, like it's holding something back. Engine comes, catches, dies. Keys don't argue, they just fail. Every gauge forgets its language. Every sound turns thin and pale. Hands still on the wheel, heart still in my chest. Everything I trust is suddenly incorrect. Stall, and the night leans in. Static scraping at my skin. I didn't touch a thing, nothing touched me back. So why does every signal sound like it's about to crack? Radio screams in broken patterns, not a voice but not a tone. Like something's testing every channel, trying to find a way inside the noise. Air smells sharp like burned metal, time skips half a breath ahead. I'm wide awake but something's wrong with how the moment's being read. No impact, no collision, just resistance in the flow. Like the world is buffering on something I should know. Stall, and I can't restart. Static, tearing the dark apart. I didn't ask for proof, I didn't cross a line. So why does every second feel misaligned? Say it's electrical, say it's chance, say I missed a warning sign. Say it's weather, say it's stress, say I'm running out of time. But the silence presses harder than the noise ever did. Something's wrong with the signal. Something's wrong with the air. If this is just interference, why does it feel so away? Stall, and nothing moves. Static, bleeding through. I'm still here, I'm still me. But the system doesn't agree. Stall, and I finally see this isn't failure, it's proximity. The engine comes back, the feeling doesn't. I'm still warm where nothing should be. Circles pressed into broken clay. Window spider web without warning, like the air forgot how to behave. Boot prints stop, then don't continue. Compass spins like it's a shame. Every rule I thought was stable leaves a mark but not a name. I don't need belief, I don't need a sign. I can feel it in my hands, I can see it in the light. Glass in my made that choice. The ground made that choice. Skin reacts before I think, like it remembers something first. Burns that don't behave like heat. Thirst that doesn't come from thirst. The smell won't leave my clothes. Ozone in wet iron rain. I scrub my hands until they ache. The pattern doesn't fade. This isn't panic, this is fact. This is residue. Whatever crossed that distance left something here with you. In my eyes, underneath. I don't need to look again. The proof is underneath my feet. In soil, you can't call this coincidence. If nothing happened here, why does nothing feel intact? Does nothing feel intact? Say it's fire, say it's fraud. Say the ground just split itself. Say I slipped, say I fell. Say I did this to myself. That explains the geometry. This wasn't weather, this wasn't chance. Something touched the surface and it didn't ask. I feel it in the pressure, I see it in the scar. You don't leave marks like this from where you are. Still embedded, still displaced. I can trace the outline of what didn't leave a shape. In soil, this is where denial ends. If this is just the aftermath, I don't want what comes The ground remembers. I wish I didn't. space like it's always been allowed. I don't freeze, I don't run, my breath forgets the rules. Every thought I had prepared feels suddenly untrue. There is something looking back, not curious, not kind. No Control drops out. I can feel the floor, I can feel the air, I can feel my heart, but I can't tell it well. Eyes still open, jaw still clenched, thoughts arrive then disconnect. Break this manual, time is thin, every command gets stuck halfway in. I'm awake, I'm aware, I am still here. I'm awake, I'm aware, I just can't. Ringing cranks, body locks. Ringing cranks, body locks. I don't feel hands, I don't feel pain, I feel the absence where joy should be. Something else has the controls and it doesn't need my consent. The body stays. The exit opens. No warning. but something keeps adjusting me. Like I'm equipment, not fear. No direction, no ground, no inside out. Every rule I learned to trust has been violently rerouted. High fourth kind, no resistance. High fourth kind, no consent. Every part of me is present, and none of it's said, and none of it's said. My control. My control. Let go. Let me go. I don't feel pain. I don't feel safe. I don't feel human. I feel processed. This is the fourth kind. And I finally understand. The silence wasn't mercy, it was just a plan. If there's a line between observer and prey, it disappears right here. The world drops out. Something closes. Stars. Observation continues. No corners, no seams, no shadows to hide inside. The light has no source, the walls have no grain. Everything hums at the same time. I'm on my back, I think. It's hard to tell without edges. My body feels numbered, not injured, not threatened, just measured. No restraints, no chains. Still I don't move like the room itself has a say in what bodies do. This is the circular road. Above my chest, not touching but close enough. Pressure without weight, attention without eyes, like Kiri Satan without love. I try to focus on pain because pain would make sense, but sensation stays neutral. Like I'm data, like I'm inventory, like I'm not individual. No anger, no force, no sign of intent. Just a process that doesn't care if I consent. This is the circular room where silence is precise. Every thought I try to hold gets cataloged and sliced. This is the circular room. No mercy, no harm, just a system I still exist. But the hum gets louder and my name feels less accurate. Stop. Lies! This is the circular room where I stop feeling whole. Not because something's missing, but because everything's known. This is the circular room, and I finally see I wasn't taken for violence. I was taken for study. The room keeps humming. Something else is finished. It wasn't invited. Sun's already up, key still in my hand, shoes full of dirt I don't understand. Phone says hours passed, I don't remember moving. The world kept going while something else was choosing. No blood, no sign, no reason to panic. Just a gap in the middle of something automatic. I check the mirrors, I check the clock. Everything agrees except the part of me that feels slightly off key. There's missing time. I can feel the shape of it, like a word on the tip of my tongue that I'll never get. There's missing time, and it doesn't hurt at all. That's what scares me most about what I don't recall. Dirt under my nails, glass in my sleeve, burns that don't ache but don't quite leave. Neighbors wave, traffic flows, the day behaves like it should. But the sky feels familiar in a way that's not good. I try to laugh it off, try to call it stress, but my reflection hesitates before it does what I expect. I'm back, I think, but I don't feel return. Like something stayed with me that I never learned. There's missing time between the then and now. I don't remember leaving wished I had. There's missing time, and it follows me around, not as memory, but as background sound. There's missing time, and I know this much is true. Whatever watched me from above is finished watching. Now it's through. The sky looks normal. The sky looks normal. They say that means I am too. I tell it straight, I tell it slow. I leave the parts I can't explain. I don't raise my voice, I don't dramatize. I just describe what changed. They nod at all the right moments. They write it down, then close the book. They say the scans look within range. They say I'm harder on myself than I should. They say nothing followed you home. They say you're safe now, but they don't hear what safety sounds like after it's been redefined. They don't believe me, not because I'm wrong, but because I'm calm. They don't believe me, there's no proof that fits the shape of what's gone. I came back breathing, I came back whole, so whatever I lost doesn't count at all. I came back breathing, I came back whole, so whatever I lost doesn't count at all. Friends say I look the same, say I should be grateful, say I'm lucky it's over. They joke about lights in the sky, ask if I met God, ask if I feel closer. I search for the right response, something human, something light, but every word feels rehearsed, like I'm imitating myself. They say time heals everything. They say you're still you, but they don't notice how often I pause before reacting like I used to. They don't believe me because I don't shake, I don't scream, I don't break. They don't believe me because what was taken was invisible in the first place. I came back breathing, I came back intact, so the part that changed isn't something they track. If I come back bleeding, if I come back loud, if I come back missing something they could point out, they'd have a word for it, they'd have a form, they'd stop explaining.